Welcome to our guide on SOC Analyst interview questions. In today's video, we will be discussing the top questions that you can expect to be asked during a SOC Analyst interview. This information will be extremely helpful for those who are looking to break into the field of security operations and are preparing for an upcoming interview. Whether you're a seasoned professional or a beginner, this video will provide valuable insight into what to expect and how to effectively prepare for your interview. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the world of SOC Analyst interviews. The first question in every interview is usually "Tell me about yourself." It's important to be ready with a good answer that will make a positive first impression. For fresher, here is a sample answer. I am a highly motivated and eager individual with a passion for the field of security operations. I have recently completed my education with a degree in cybersecurity and have gained knowledge in various areas such as network security, incident response, and threat analysis. I am excited to apply my skills and continue learning as a SOC analyst. My attention to detail, strong work ethic, and problem-solving skills make me a strong candidate for the position. I am confident that I will make a valuable contribution to the team and am eager to embark on this new chapter in my career. For experienced professionals, I am an experienced SOC analyst with many years of experience in security operations. I have a deep understanding of threat intelligence, incident response, and managing security teams. I have a history of successfully stopping security threats and leading my team. I am skilled in different security technologies and familiar with industry best practices. I am eager to use my knowledge and enthusiasm to make a positive impact on a new team. Next question. Explain CIA Triad. The CIA Triad is a model used in information security to describe the three main objectives of security: confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality, protecting sensitive information from unauthorized access or disclosure. This means making sure that only authorized people can access or see sensitive information. Integrity, ensuring that information is accurate, complete, and not tampered with. This means preventing unauthorized changes to information and ensuring that it remains trustworthy. Availability, ensuring that authorized users can access information when they need it. This means making sure that information systems are reliable and available for use. Next question. What is cyber kill chain? The cyber kill chain is a model that describes the stages of a cyber attack, from the initial intrusion to the final outcome. It is developed by Lockheed Martin. The model consists of 7 stages. Reconnaissance, the attacker gathers information about the target. Weaponization, the attacker creates a malicious payload to exploit vulnerabilities in the target. Delivery, the attacker delivers the payload to the target. Exploitation, the attacker takes advantage of vulnerabilities in the target to execute the payload. Installation, the attacker installs malware or other malicious software on the target system. Command and control, the attacker establishes control over the compromised system and starts to exfiltrate data. Actions on objectives, the attacker carries out their desired outcome, such as stealing data, disrupting services, or compromising critical systems. Next. Explain vulnerability, risk, and threat. Vulnerability. A vulnerability refers to a weakness or gap in a system or process that can be exploited by an attacker to compromise security. For example, outdated software with known vulnerabilities can provide an opportunity for an attacker to gain unauthorized access to a system. Risk. Risk is the likelihood of a security incident occurring and the potential impact it can have. It is a measure of the potential harm caused by the exploitation of a vulnerability. Threat. A threat is a potential security incident that could exploit a vulnerability and cause harm. A threat can be a malicious actor, such as a hacker, or a natural disaster, such as a flood. The goal of a risk assessment is to identify and prioritize the threats that pose the greatest risk to an organization and develop strategies to mitigate them. Next. What is AAA? AAA is a security framework used in computer networks and systems to control access and monitor activities. Authentication, verifying the identity of a user, device, or system. Authorization, determining what an authenticated user, device, or system is allowed to do. Accounting, keeping track of and reporting on the activities performed by users, devices, or systems. The aim of AAA is to enforce security policies and monitor resource usage in a consistent and centralized manner. Next, what is ARP? ARP, Address Resolution Protocol, is a network protocol used to map an IP address to a physical, MAC, address on a network. When a device wants to send data to another device on the same network, it needs to know the physical address, MAC address, of the target device. ARP is used to resolve the IP address of the target device to its corresponding MAC address, which is then used to send the data over the network. In other words, ARP translates the IP address of a device into its corresponding MAC address, allowing the sending device to send data directly to the target device using the MAC address. This helps to ensure that data is transmitted efficiently and accurately within the network. Next, explain DHCP. DHCP stands for Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DHCP server automatically assigns IP address and other information to each host on the network so they can communicate with other endpoints. DHCP works on process called DORA, discover, offer, request, and acknowledge. 1. Client makes a UDP broadcast to the server about DHCP discovery. 2. DHCP offers to the client. 3. In response to the offer, client requests the server. 4. Server responds IP address DNS information along with acknowledgement. Next, what is DNS? It is a service that translates the domain names into IP addresses and IP addresses to domain names. Next, what is Firewall? Firewall is a device that allows or blocks the network traffic according to the rules. What are HIDS and NIDS? HIDS means Host Intrusion Detection System. HIDS is located on each host. NIDS means Network Intrusion Detection System. NIDS is located in the network. How many layers in TCP/IP? TCP/IP model contains 4 layers. The layers are 1. Application layer. 2. Transport layer. 3. Internet layer. 4. Network access layer. Next, what is the port number of TCP and UDP? TCP and UDP use different port numbers to identify different applications and services running on a host. There is no specific port number assigned to TCP or UDP. TCP and UDP can use any port number between 1 and 65,535. Some common port numbers that are reserved for specific services are: in TCP, port number 80 for HTTP, 443 for HTTPS, 22 for SSH, 21 for FTP. In UDP, port number 53 for DNS, 67 for DHCP, 123 for NTP. It is important to note that different operating systems may assign different default port numbers for specific services. What is encryption? Explain its types. Encryption is the process of encoding information in such a way that only authorized parties can understand it. Encryption done using keys typically known as public and private key. There are 2 types of encryption: symmetric encryption and asymmetric encryption. In symmetric encryption, same keys are used for encryption and decryption. In asymmetric encryption, different keys are used for encryption and decryption. Next, what is hashing? Hashing is the transformation of string of characters into a fixed-length value or key that represent the original string. Hashing is one way that it is not possible to get the data back from hash value. It is used to ensure the integrity of the data. Next, what is MIBR attack? MIBR attack is a knowledge base and framework for adversary emulation and threat analysis in cybersecurity. It provides a comprehensive, centralized, and structured understanding of adversary tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, used in cyber attacks. The framework consists of a matrix that categorizes different tactics used by attackers, such as reconnaissance, initial access, execution, persistence, and more. Each tactic is then further divided into specific techniques that adversaries may use. What is SIEM? SIEM stands for Security Information and Event Management. It is a security solution that collects and analyzes security-related data from various sources, such as network devices, servers, and applications, to provide a unified view of an organization's security posture. SIEM solutions typically provide real-time event collection and correlation, threat detection, compliance reporting, forensics and incident response. What is normalization? Normalization is a process of bringing all events into one common structure to deliver a homogeneous view. It could be time normalization, bring events from various devices from different geolocation to a common time zone. Identifying common event attributes like categorization, stamping all login, logout events as authentication. Next. What is aggregation? Aggregation is a process of merging similar logs that occur over a period of time. For example, if there are 30 failed login events by a user on a server, the server would generate 30 logs, but instead of storing all the 30 logs, SIEM will only store one record. Aggregation greatly helps in conserving the disk and also increases the performance. Next. What is correlation? Correlation can be defined as a set of conditions that indicate suspicious activities. For example, if a security team sees multiple failed login attempts from the same IP address in a short period of time, they can use correlation to determine the origin of the attack and take appropriate action to protect the system. Next. What is IOC? IOC stands for Indicators of Compromise. The artifacts that associate with an attack. The artifacts that associate with an attack might include IP address, URL, file hash, email, etc. Next. What is IOA? Indicators of attack, IOAs, are similar to indicators of compromise, IOCs, but focus on the specific actions taken by an attacker during a security breach, rather than the resulting signs of compromise. IOAs can include unusual or suspicious network traffic patterns, unexpected changes to systems, configurations or data, etc. Next. How do you keep yourself updated with information security? You have to stay updated yourself with latest trends, technologies and news about information security. Here is the sample answer. I read daily InfoSec news from different resources like The Hacker News, Malwarebytes Labs, HackRead, ThreatPost. I follow InfoSec-related social media accounts. Attending conferences and webinars to learn about the latest technologies and hear from industry experts. That's it for today, folks. We hope these SOC Analyst interview questions and answers have been helpful for you in preparing for your next interview. Remember, the key to success is to stay confident, knowledgeable, and to show your enthusiasm for the field. If you're looking for more, let us know by hitting that like button and leaving a comment down below. If we reach 2,000 likes, we'll be sure to bring you part 2. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. And do subscribe to our channel, that will motivate us to create more content for you.